My dear friends, welcome back. Tonight, I invite you to pause for a moment and think about something we all do without much thought, throwing things away. Often have you tossed out an old piece of clothing, a broken item, a plate of leftover food, or a small, worthless object simply because it no longer pleased you? In modern life, waste has become invisible. We buy, we use, we discard, the garbage disappears, and we forget. But in the ancient wisdom of the East, nothing ever truly disappears. Everything carries energy and karma, intention, vibration, and how we treat even the smallest things reveals the state of our heart. Esther Jing Kong once said, "What you throw away reveals how you see life." He wasn't talking about waste management or recycling. He was talking about mindfulness and gratitude. When you live unconsciously, consuming without respect, wasting without remorse, you quietly cut yourself off from the flow of blessings that life constantly offers. Let's explore this deeply. In Buddhist philosophy, all things, animate and inanimate, are part of the great web of interdependence. Every object has a story, a lineage of causes and conditions that brought it into being. That simple bowl in your kitchen was once clay in the earth, molded by human hands, fired in heat, transported, sold, and bought. Dozens of lives touched it before it reached yours. When you look closely, even the simplest object carries the labor, love, and resources of countless beings. So when you handle it carelessly, when you waste what could still be used, you are not only discarding a thing, you are disregarding the effort, the time, and the life energy that brought it to you. This lack of reverence creates a subtle poverty in the heart. You begin to lose your sense of gratitude, and with it, the quiet joy that gratitude brings. Esther Yun Guan said, "Blessings are like water. They flow toward humility and gratitude, but they leave arrogance and waste." In this world of abundance, many people suffer not from lack of resources but from lack of respect for them. They buy more than they need, eat more than they can digest, and constantly chase the new while abandoning the old. They don't realize that every unnecessary purchase, every careless act of waste, is a small leak in their reservoir of blessings. When your heart is full of appreciation, you naturally use things with care. When you are careless, your blessings diminish not as punishment, but as reflection. Let me tell you a story. There once was a humble old woman who lived near a temple. She was poor, yet her face radiated peace. Every day, she swept the temple courtyard and collected even the tiniest grains of rice that fell. When someone asked why she bothered, she said, "Every grain of rice is the gift of heaven and earth. To waste it is to waste the compassion that sustains me." She lived simply, yet she never lacked. Her neighbors, who had more wealth, often envied her serenity. They couldn't understand how someone with so little could feel so rich. Her secret was reverence. To revere life is to never take anything for granted. Contrast this with another scene, someone dining in luxury, ordering far more than they can eat, pushing away plates of untouched food. Outwardly, they have abundance, but inwardly, they live in scarcity, because their heart is numb to gratitude. Real wealth is not measured by how much you have, but by how much you appreciate. Every object in your life, your clothes, your utensils, your books, even the air you breathe can become a mirror of mindfulness. The way you treat these things either strengthens your blessings or drains them. Let's look at this energetically. When you use something with gratitude, you create a positive vibration around it. It supports you in return. When you neglect or disrespect it, its energy becomes heavy. For example, wearing clothes carelessly, throwing them around, or complaining about them generates dissatisfaction. But when you fold them neatly, thank them for keeping you warm, and donate what you no longer use, you create harmony. This is why many spiritual traditions teach simplicity and not as deprivation, but as clarity. The fewer things you possess, the easier it becomes to care for them mindfully. The old masters used to say, "One bowl, one robe, one mat, enough to serve heaven and earth." It didn't much, yet their hearts overflowed with peace, because their relationship with every object was sacred. Every atom was treated as if it were alive, as if it carried the spirit of practice. In truth, everything does. The food on your table carries the life of plants and animals, the labor of farmers, the sunlight, the rain. To waste food is to forget the interdependence of all beings. In traditional monasteries, monks were taught to finish every grain in their bowl, not out of stinginess, but as gratitude to the universe. Even the act of cleaning was a form of meditation. Sweeping dust from the floor symbolized sweeping ignorance from the mind. Washing dishes was a ritual of purification. Each Anavatahanich often said, when you wash the dishes, wash them as if you are bathing the baby Buddha. When you live with that level of mindfulness, every ordinary act becomes extraordinary. But when you live unconsciously, surrounded by waste, your inner world becomes cluttered too. You begin to feel restless, anxious, and dissatisfied without knowing why. Look around your living space right now. Are there things you no longer use but still keep, just in case? Are there items you bought but never appreciated? Are there broken objects you haven't repaired because it feels easier to throw them away? Each of these things holds energy. When neglected, they become stagnant. When treated with gratitude, they radiate harmony. This is why decluttering can feel liberating, not because of minimalism as a trend, but because you are releasing stagnant energy and allowing fresh blessings to flow. But remember, decluttering is not dumping, it's honoring. Before letting go of something, thank it for its service. Whether it's an old shirt or a cracked mug, it once supported you. Appreciation transforms letting go into an offering instead of a rejection. Esther Jing Khan taught that when people waste food, they create the karma of hunger in future life. When they waste material things, they create the karma of lack. But when they use things with reverence, they generate abundance. Whether or not you believe in rebirth, this principle works even in this life. Waste breeds discontent and gratitude breeds fulfillment. When you take care of what you have, life takes care of you. The spiritual principle is simple: respect grows blessings, neglect repels them. Even words and thoughts carry this vibration. When you constantly say, I have nothing, you close yourself off. When you say, I already have enough, you open the flow of grace. Blessings are not given randomly, they are attracted by the frequency of appreciation. You may notice that elders who grew up in poverty often handle things with great care. They wash and reuse containers, save leftovers, mend clothes. Modern people may call this old-fashioned, but it reflects wisdom. You learn through hardship that everything in life is borrowed and sacred. Let's bring this teaching into daily practice. Start with small actions. When you eat, take only what you need. When you drink water, pause to thank it for sustaining life. When you use electricity, remember the people who generated it. When you discard something, do it mindfully and recycle when possible. These small acts restore your connection to the web of life. It also heals the anxiety of never enough, because once you see how much effort and energy sustains your existence, your heart fills with quiet awe. Esther Yin Guang once wrote in a letter to a lay disciple, when you waste what is near you, blessings that were near you will depart. But when you respect what is near you, blessings that were far away will come closer. But a beautiful and simple truth. Respect calls blessings. So next time you are about to throw something away, pause, ask yourself, can this still serve someone? And it be fixed, donated, or transformed? Even if the answer is no, throw it away with gratitude. Say silently, thank you for serving me. This single thought changes the vibration of your act from careless to sacred. Because gratitude is the alchemy that turns every act into a prayer. The great paradox is that the more grateful you are, the more abundance you experience, and not because the universe gives you more things, but because your eyes finally open to the blessings that were always there. When you treat every possession as sacred, you begin to live as if everything is a gift, and that perception itself becomes heaven on earth. So, my friends, let us live differently. Let us live with reverence. Let us touch everything with care, use everything with love, and let nothing be wasted, not food, not time, not kindness. For when you respect what you have, the universe knows you are ready for more. And perhaps the greatest blessing of all is the peace that comes from knowing you are part of a world that gives endlessly, and that you too can give back simply by living with awareness. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share so that more people may rediscover the quiet joy of gratitude and the invisible blessings hidden in every small act of respect.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the Soulmate Test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.